conservative point of view to black issues. His mission: to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project Studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermaine Buxio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, Jermaine Buxio, streaming out of the great state of Minnesota, the crime-filled city of Minneapolis. I ain't lying about that. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing on this beautiful, let me say this again, beautiful Friday evening? Let me tell you something. Here in Minneapolis, it's snowing a little bit. It's really cold, absolutely cold. Couldn't even, I had to turn on my heater in the garage so I can run my air compressor. And that sucker running for some work. How's everybody doing? Hit that like button. Make sure you share. We gonna need your help. Shout out to Andrea Timmer, says Minneapolis looking like Baltimore. Of course, Minneapolis is looking like Baltimore. You're starting to see a lot of vacant properties. People are moving out. Let me say this again. Out! They're moving out. They're tired of the riffraff. They're tired of the liberal policies that we have here, right? Liberals only care about feelings. They only care about their agenda. They don't care about anything else. That's why we promote people using common sense, right? Here, we don't commune by color. We commune by logic. Logic. Right? That's what God uses. God is logic all the time. You know, God is not an emotional God. He's not emotional. God is logic and love all the time. You can't get around it. Just can't. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share. Yeah, it's a cool 6 degrees. Yeah, I think it's a lot colder than that with the wind chill factor, but they're saying it's 6 degrees. My balls say different. Let me tell you. I'm ready to go, though. We got a lot to discuss, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. We got a lot to discuss. I mean, Putin looked like he ready to go to war. Remember I told you it was only be a few days. They were saying estimates were going to be on the 15th when he was going to get ready to do his invasion. It looked like maybe the time scale is a lot shortened right now. It looked like he ready to step in there. That's what Putin letting everybody know. Don't step in. I mean, we're going to speak about that. Putin is putting down a warning to everybody and their mama's mama, saying that he ain't playing. You don't want to step into this. We're going to speak about Putin. We definitely about to speak about Putin. The Canadian truckers, we about to speak about them as well. Absolutely, with this judge that put out this order. We definitely about to speak about them. We got a whole bunch to speak about. So make sure you do your due diligence. Hit that like button and make sure you do share. Make sure you share, all right? Absolutely. Don't treat me like a redheaded stepchild. You guys know my wife. She has red hair. Beautiful red hair, let me tell you. It seems like in the redhead world, you know, either you're butt ugly or you're beautiful. Ain't no in between. Don't get mad at me. Shoot, that's what the truth is. Don't treat me like a redheaded stepchild that's butt ugly. Treat me like a trophy wife. Treat me like your knucklehead baby daddy who ain't worth a crap. The one that you like paying everything for. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. Right? You don't want the responsible guy that works because you have to submit. Yeah. So you go with the baby daddy who ain't got nothing. The one who ain't got his life together, right? Yeah, because you can boss him around. Ain't that right, ladies? Absolutely. And you can also pay for everything. Treat me like him. I want to be catered like a broke-ass baby daddy. I certainly do. So hit that like button. Make sure you share. We about to flame. We about to flame. First one up here, ladies and gentlemen. First one up. I want to go ahead and show you guys a viral video that was taken at a high school. It has to do with a student embarrassing a teacher. This student snatched the wig off her teacher's head. Yes, snatched the hair hat off. Clean. Ow! That hair hat is off. I kid you not. Let me go ahead and run this one and come back. I want to speak about this. You know, hair hats are snatched off regularly in our society. You know, it's about time. You know, we show it a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
What you mean? I'm snatch that wig off. Come to it.
Look, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Why be a teacher nowadays, especially a black one? You know, most black teachers, female black teachers, they're wearing a hair hat. You know, my goodness gracious, how can you go back and teach? You get what I'm saying? How can you go back and teach when a kid snatched your hair hat? You see the way them kids were bursting out laughing? I want the ladies who are wearing hair hats to understand. When you're not around, that's what people are doing. They laughing at you like this. They're saying, I can't believe this person is wearing this gosh darn rug. Man, it ain't Halloween yet. This is the way they talking. Now, I didn't play specifically for the snatching of the hair hat, even though that, you know, was pretty nice. I wanted to show you guys this video because it shows the state of a lot of schools in our country. The children, most of the time, are effing off. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Instead of them to be sitting there in the classrooms learning, helping one another, helping their teacher, they're not doing that. And a lot of the time, this is because they don't have any home training, right? The mama at home doesn't give a rip about them. Usually the mama is on her back or trying to sell her food stamps. One of the two. Let me go ahead and show this again. We got some more, folks. A student embarrasses her teacher by snatching off her hair hat. Clean off. Take a look once more again.
Ma'am, what you mean? I'm snatch that wig off. Come to it.
Look how the hair hat.
Oh!
The hair hat on the
Somebody!
look like a little.
Somebody! Oh! We need some milk! Oh! Somebody! Oh! Somebody call 911! Somebody!
And that stupid kid in the background is making it a lot worse. That stupid kid is instigating it, making it a lot worse. But ladies and gentlemen, that is crazy. These children don't know how to act. There's no home training. And that's the main reason why we need to fix the welfare system. Welfare system is directly correlated to this. I want folks to understand. Shout out to Sean Bowden. He says, I'm dying. You know, that hair hat gone. Ain't it? When the hair hat was on the floor, didn't it look like a little puppy or a little hamster or something? Let me go back. Watch me get some hate mail for this. Jermaine, you spent too much time on that hair hat. I know somebody gonna hit me up, Jermaine. I love your show, but that one show you did, you spent way too much time speaking about that lady's hair hat. Oh, man. Take a look. Don't it look like a little puppy? Look at this hair hat on the floor. Don't it look like a little puppy? Like a little hamster just laid out. I kid you not. This look like a little poodle. Ladies and gentlemen, let's name that dog. This sucker looked like a Shih Tzu. A little Yorkie on the ground trying to bite your ankles. Look at this. Shoot. I didn't know she was wearing a Shih Tzu for a hair hat. My goodness gracious. I better call Peter right now. This is animal abuse right now. She got a Yorkie on top of her head. That's outrageous. Outrageous. Oh, I love it. I'm telling you, shout out to Matthew Steinecker, woof woof. He don't say no for later, says it looked like a dead crow. I'm telling you, it looked like some dead animal. Let me tell you, a dead coon. Let me stop. Okay. I'm telling you. And these people they will literally sew up their hair. And then they will throw this sucker on top of their head and walk around like it's Christmas. Man, y'all better stop it. Y'all better stop it looking like a Shih Tzu on the ground. Boy, somebody better call animal control. Look at this. Look like a Shih Tzu on the Let me stop. Let me get out of here. Let me stop it. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness gracious. I'm in tears right now. My goodness gracious. Somebody wearing a Yorkie. But besides all that, we need to be able to fix the system here. Now, a lot of people out there, the ones that have been listening to the liberal rhetoric, what they will say is, well, Jermaine, these children need more after-school programs. They need a mentor. This is what some idiot will tell me. And I will tell you their mentor is their parents. Their mentor is usually a father that is being chased by the government and he has no money and they're trying to lock him up. That is their mentor. And instead of us sitting here locking up people for having children, locking up parents, we should be incentivizing parents to stay together and raising their children. That's what we should be doing. Instead of incentivizing people to break up because it's more financially better. It blows my mind. We need to wake up. Let's go ahead and move forward. Let's go ahead and move forward before I start talking about this hair hat again. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to Tracy Chandler. Excuse me. Tracy Chandler just took our $10 challenge on the beautiful Tracy Chandler. Absolutely. Shout out to Tracy Chandler. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. Imagine dating somebody and then you go into the bathroom, and then you find one of these hair hats on the floor. I mean, it will scare the bejesus out of you, wouldn't it? I'm telling you, you be... Let me stop. Let me stop. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to shout out to Marilyn. Marilyn says, is the black female community embarrassed of their own hair? I've seen women on television cut whites down and yet have wigs on their hair that are blonde and reds. They were on Joy Reid's podcast too, and The View. That's a big thing that is going on. Black women don't like themselves. Most women don't like themselves. I mean, just to be honest, most women are insecure, right? Especially the ones that are, quote unquote, really hot. The really hot ones are the most insecure bunch around. That's a clue for the gentlemen out there. But black women, they're very, very, very insecure. And they have been raised like this because they have been raised by their mama. Usually if you're raised by your mama, you're going to be mentally weak a lot of the times. You're going to be emotionally weak. You're going to be insecure. You're not going to be confident. All these type of traits you're going to have because naturally a lot of women have these traits. And when it comes to black women, they have, how could I say, adopted a culture of dysfunction when it comes to taking care of themselves. A lot of them hate themselves. And this is the main reason why I speak about this on this program, because I want to alert white women out there. I've seen a lot of white women trying to follow black women. You're trying to follow the lingo, follow the dress, follow the mannerisms, follow the lifestyle. And what I'm letting you know is black women, most of their lifestyle ain't good. And they envy white women. They absolutely do. They envy you, but yet they don't want to change nothing about themselves. And I want the white women to understand every single day they wake up and they're trying to look like you. I want the white women to understand that. These black women can run around and say that, hey, we have alopecia, right? This is another lie that these black women put out. I have alopecia. That's why I wear this godforsaken hair hat. Not all of them have alopecia. That's probably less than 2%. The next lie they tell is that somehow it's too hard working with their own hair, but yet they used to do it in the 60s and 70s and even in the early 80s. So what it really boils down to is most black women are lazy. I have no problems about saying this. They're very lazy. They don't like taking care of their own selves and their own hair, and they find it more easy and fashionable to go ahead and throw on a hair hat and go walk outside. And this is the main reason why a lot of black men don't like going out with black women. It's the attitude that comes with the hair hat and the hair hat itself. They're not authentic. And I want women to understand something here. Imagine going out with a man who's wearing a fake dick all day long. I want you to think about that. He says, oh, no, I just wear it because I want to wear it. It's the same concept. It's dumb and retarded. It's the same thing if what black men, imagine this, folks out there, imagine black men running around with Donald Trump's haircut. I want you to think about that. This is how retarded it is. Running around with Donald Trump's haircut. Hair features that don't even match genetically on the black person. And then imagine them walking every day and putting on this toupee because they don't want to wear their own hair. How seriously would you be taking these black men? I want folks to understand that this is how detrimental it is. And when you speak to most black women, I mean, they're the quintessential woman, headstrong and hard-headed, don't want to listen. So it's a big deal. So I just want to point that out there. Shout out to Marilyn. Black women are very insecure, and they're also jealous of white women. That's why they rush like crazy for some Brazilian hair, horse hair, whatever hair that is out and new. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. I know there's some black woman out there who's gonna, disagree with me. I could care less. Let's go ahead and move forward. Shout out Marilyn. I know you weren't being unkind. I understand that. I'm just letting you know what it is. I'm letting you know what it is. Black women have an issue. And the main reason why they keep wearing it and talking crap to white women is because white women back down. If white women as a whole or a national organization came out and said, that's why I said I want white women to create a group called Black Women Give Us Our Hair Back. Stop appropriating our style. And you will see black women from here to Pakistan jump up and be mad. Because what they're doing is a double standard. They want to walk around with some crazy color hair, and yet these folks won't even give you the satisfaction of wearing a style from their culture. It blows my mind. It really does. Next one up. I want to go ahead and speak about University of Alabama. University of Alabama is removing a KKK leader's name from the campus building, and they're replacing it with the first black student that ever attended that university. Let me go ahead and run it. When it come back, I want to get your take on this. Hopefully racism is over now. They're getting rid of the, a KKK name. I mean, obviously racism is over, right? We shall see.
A building at the University of Alabama, which was recently renamed, is getting a new name. This morning, the Board of Trustees discussed, then approved, changing Lucy Graves Hall to Authoring Lucy Hall. It will now solely honor the school's first black student. The board's decision was unanimous and came after criticism for putting her name with a former governor who had ties to the KKK for a period of time.
Bow. So they went and found the first black student that attended that university. She's old as dirt right now. You're seeing her sitting down. She couldn't even stand up. And they renamed one of the campus buildings after her. Okay. Bingo, bango. Problem solved, right? Racism is gone. Racism is gone. Just erase a person's name and get rid of the history. Bingo, bango. Racism is gone. No, it's not. This does nothing at all to push the envelope of unity in our country. It doesn't do it. Removing the names of people you think are racist will not bring folks together. What they are doing is erasing history. And like we said plenty of times on this program, most of the people that are trying to erase come from the Democratic Party. And what really blows my mind once more again, and I've said it plenty of times on this program, is that the national Republicans, either they're deaf, dumb, or retarded, they never speak about the history of the Democratic Party and how racist the Democratic Party is. They never do this. As a matter of fact, national Republicans don't even speak about the glorious history of the Republican Party and how they fought to save a lot of black Americans. They don't speak about that. That's why I have an issue with the national Republicans, because it seems like they don't want to win. All the stuff that we are talking about isn't new, right? I'm letting you know it's not new. This information is not hidden in any secret book. It's out in the open. So all these senators and congressmen have access to it, but yet they are not speaking about it. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is a detriment to our country and the narrative that is being pushed against us. It really is. Every Republican should know the history of the Republican Party and the Democrats, and they should be able to rail it off like this, just like me and Anthony Allen do. Start speaking about how evil and racist the Democrats have always been, because the Democrats are doing a very good job of painting Republicans and conservatives as being racist, while they in the background get rid of all the symbolism, all the figures that are tied to their party. They think they're slick. That's why Republicans need to use common sense and get with it, I should say. Get with it. It's out of control right now. Out of control. And I think the national Republicans are doing us a disservice when they're not able to clearly speak about this. I don't even know how you can even get to a lot of these, elected positions without even knowing these things here. There's Democrats who've been elected. They don't even know the Pledge of Allegiance. They don't know the Star-Spangled Banner. I kid you not. These things in my eyes should be prerequisites. But, of course, it's not. So, it is what it is. But one thing I can say is that we need Republicans to start standing up. They need to be honest. They need to be forthright. They need to be attacking these things here. If they want to erase these names, you let them know that all they are doing is trying to erase the Democratic racist history here in America. That's what they're trying to do. And we need Republicans to start standing up and saying that. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to go ahead here and give a shout out to my guy, Black Brother Reggie Smith. Took our $5 challenge on PayPal. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. Next one up. I want to speak about a FedEx driver that is on unpaid leave after being shot by two white men. He was shot at. I believe one bullet hit him in his arm. And he was put on unpaid leave. Now, this story was picked up by MSNBC, CNN, and the other crackpot news networks, including the mainstream nigga news network. They picked this up too. And what they're trying to say right now is that FedEx is racist. I want you guys to take a look at this story here. I don't believe this story and how it's being presented. I don't. I want to see if you guys do. There's a black man there who's going to be sitting down. He has squiggles in his hair. And if you've been watching this program, you know what squiggles are. Let me go ahead and explain it. Usually, if you're raised by your black mama here in the good old U.S. of A., most of the time you're going to think, act, and feel like your black mama. And you're going to have long hair. It's a trait that you can't get around. You just can't. Squiggles come from single mamas. I want to go ahead and hit this. When I come back, I want to speak about it. All right? I want to speak about this quote-unquote racist company. This is what they're saying. Here we go. Make sure you share.
In Mississippi, a white father and son have both been arrested, charged, and let out on bail after allegedly shooting at an African-American FedEx driver. Brandon Case is charged with attempting to cause bodily injury with a firearm, and his father, Gregory Case, is charged with conspiring with Brandon to commit aggravated assault. DeMontario Gibson says he was trying to find an address while delivering packages for his job at FedEx when he says he was chased and shot at by the Cases, the bullets hitting his work van. DeMontario Gibson is joining us now to tell us what happened. He is here with his attorney, Carlos Moore, as well. DeMontario, thank you so much. This sounds terrifying. Can you tell us what happened?
Okay, so basically on the evening of January 24th, I was attempting to deliver a package to 417 Junior Trail, and I accidentally put the wrong address in, so I couldn't find the house. I eventually found the right address and proceeded to deliver the package to it. upon doing it, I was approached by a white vehicle, and that vehicle chased me, tried to cut me off, and I miraculously got out of there. I went down the street about 2 or 3 houses after I got away from the initial vehicle, and there was a guy standing in the middle of the road holding a gun at my vehicle and telling me to stop, which I did not do. They essentially just chased me out the city, and I had to file a police report after that. Shots were fired into my van as well. Yes, ma'am. That's a quick summary of it.
Very quick and helpful. And so you were wearing your FedEx uniform when they saw you outside of your van, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. I was fully dressed in FedEx uniform.
And what do you think the cases were trying to do? Were they trying to kill you?
Honestly, in my humble opinion, I think they were, because after they fired the initial shots, they continued to chase me out of the city again. I say so. If you didn't succeed the first time, then I could just only imagine what they was going to do if they had caught me.
Did they say anything? What do you think their motivation was here?
I honestly have no idea. We had no type of interaction before they did what they did. No words were exchanged or anything like that.
Okay, and Carlos, can you tell us a little bit about DeMonterio's interaction then with police once he got them involved here?
Yes, he immediately called the police that evening after he got to the interstate and informed his boss. The police did not take it seriously, so his boss went down with him the next morning to the station to make an official report. She showed them the bullet casings, the actual vehicle with the bullets in it, and the packages with the bullets, and then they started to believe him. However, they still allowed the cases 8 days of freedom before they turned themselves in to the Brookhaven Police Department, spending less than a day in jail on a $75,000 and $150,000 bond. And so that's why the family has contacted me, because they wanted this to be taken seriously and for there to be real charges for the cases.
DeMonterio, when this was happening, and it's really just happened here recently, as you looked back on this after a little bit of time had passed, did you see similarities to the Ahmaud Arbery case?
Yes, ma'am. I can definitely see the similarities, and that's why I feel it's my responsibility to speak up, because Ahmaud Arbery didn't survive to speak up for himself, so I want to take that upon myself to do that for me and him as well.
So they're out on bail, and they were given time to turn themselves in. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I kind of figured that was going to happen in the first place when I initially reported it, because, like I said, the officers were not taking me serious at all. Even when I went to the police station, they weren't taking me serious. So I kind of figured that was going to happen. If
this was a black father and son and you were a white FedEx driver, do you think this would be different?
Nigga, I don't even take you serious. You first started out with a nigga lie. I don't take you serious at all. I don't. It sounds like a nigga lie to me. Go for it.
Yes, man, without questioning. I would have been arrested probably that same night and not given bail at all.
I'm sure.
How has FedEx responded? Have they been accommodating to you?
Not really. I am currently on unpaid leave. They gave me up to 2 weeks off, but it's unpaid. They have paid for therapy. They haven't really supported me in making the case progress forward, or I guess how can I say that? They haven't contacted me at all, except for once since this whole incident went down. They said they was investigating. I haven't heard anything since though.
What are they supposed to do? Send you a care package filled with cookies? What do you want from the company? See, niggas are just like they mama, looking for something for free. What do you want the company to do? I doubt this nigga was over there delivering packages. He was probably out there stealing and snooping around. Look at his face.
You're on unpaid leave?
Yes, ma'am, currently.
Anybody says. This nigga's out of control.
Okay, and if you go back to work, where would you be working?
They told me they was going to try to work that out. I honestly don't know.
All right, I have actually just lost signal, but I know that you answered my question, so I'm going to ask you another one because I believe that our viewers are able to hear you.
I know where you'll be working next. The unemployment line. FedEx didn't pay you because they knew there's something wrong with you, nigga. I know it. I know it 100%. That's why they put you on unpaid leave. You probably were effing off. Going for it.
I know, Carlos, that you have suggested, you've requested that the FBI be looking into this incident as a possible hate crime. Can you tell us about that? And can you tell us what you have heard from the FBI?
You see that, white folks? This is the main reason why you got to step away from these black Negroes. Anytime they have a gripe, FBI is at your door. FBI is at your door. Somehow this is a hate crime now. I want white folks to see what they have done in this country. They have made black folks so much of a special class. If there's a gripe, FBI at your doorstep. Ridiculous.
Yes, I did ask the FBI to officially open a hate crime investigation 2 evenings ago. I understand that on yesterday they did go down to the Brookhaven Police Department and pick up the file. And so while they would not confirm or deny that they are investigating, we do believe that they have taken this case seriously. We've also informed the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division, and they have flagged the case, and they are considering opening an investigation as well. So Mr. Gibson is pleased that the federal government is taking this case much more seriously than the Brookhaven Police Department.
Okay, I can hear you again now, just so you are aware. But DeMonterio, I just want to go back to the situation that you're in right now. So you were shot at in the course of your work for FedEx.
And then on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, this guy's name is DeMonterio. Already got a full-fledged nigga name. DeMonterio. If you see this type of name in an application, you throw it in the trash. You already know the ghetto as sin. Let me tell you. Going for it.
You are now on unpaid leave. I'm assuming you needed leave. Tell me a little bit about why you decided you needed leave. I think we all know, but just explain why you're taking some time off.
Yes, ma'am. So initially, like as soon as we left the police station, I was put right back on that same route, like the following day. I tried to go through my work. It became kind of overwhelming, and like my anxiety started acting up. I almost had like an anxiety attack, and I just felt like I couldn't handle it mentally. So I decided to seek therapy and just take a few days off, or as much time as I need off, rather.
I mean, look, it sounds incredibly traumatic what you have been through.
When you're raised with your mama, you always gotta seek therapy. Right? You're having some sort of anxiety attack. Right? Ain't that right, women? Anxiety attack, panic attack, gotta seek therapy. All sorts of nonsense to try to seek some sort of sympathy. Now, this Negro started in the beginning here. And let me go ahead and show you the nigga lie. Soon as he started off like this, I knew it was a lie. I call this the nigga lie. Let me go ahead and I want you guys to hear how he starts off.
To tell us what happened. He is here with his attorney, Carlos Moore, as well. DeMonterio, thank you so much. This sounds terrifying. Can you tell us what happened?
Okay, so basically on the evening of January 24th, I was attempting to deliver a package to 417 Junior Trail, and I accidentally put the wrong address in, so I couldn't find the house.
I accidentally put the wrong address in, and I couldn't find the house. Sound like a nigga lie. Right then and there, I would have said, case closed, this nigga's lying. I'm telling ya, it sound like a nigga lie. I want you to hear it once more again. The way he slips this in. And I can guarantee you, this ain't the first time this nigga put the wrong address in. It sound like a nigga lie to me. Let me go back. I want you guys to listen to it once more again.
Us what happened. He is here with his attorney, Carlos Moore, as well. DeMonterio, thank you so much. This sounds terrifying. Can you tell us what happened?
Okay, so basically on the evening of January 24th, I was attempting to deliver a package to 417 Junior Trail, and I accidentally put the wrong address in, so I couldn't find the house. I eventually found the right address and proceeded.
Bow. Sound like a nigga lie to me. That's what it sound like. And I just can't get around it. Ladies and gentlemen, I just can't get sound like a nigga lie to me. I accidentally put the wrong address in there and sound like a nigga lie to me. We'll probably figure out and find out that somehow this guy was in the wrong place. I'm telling you, this guy was probably in the wrong place, casing out the joint, probably in a place he wasn't supposed to be. That's why they were shooting at his ass. And then come to find out, FedEx, they put you on unpaid leave. That let me know there's something going on with you. Maybe you've had some disciplinary, behavior or actions in the past that they had to put on you. Maybe you've been effing up and screwing up. Maybe you're taking extra long on your routes. There's something going on with him. There's something going on with him. And then the way he tells this story, just from the beginning, okay, it just doesn't even sound right. So basically I was doing my route and this and that, and I accidentally put the wrong address in. The way he slipped that in there, I said, that's a nigga lie. I wouldn't even want him to go any further than that. You accidentally put the wrong address in. This sound like a nigga lie to me. Does it sound, it doesn't sound, how can I say, does it sound genuine? It doesn't at all. Now, I don't know how FedEx and, their system works, but it just doesn't sound genuine to me at all. And then he doesn't know why these people were shooting at him and all sorts of other stuff. It doesn't make sense. And I believe the reason why the police took their time maybe charging them, and they probably had to charge them because of the way these black folks were probably, hitting them up and hitting up the NAACP and all sorts of other civil rights groups. They had to make a move and do something. But I guarantee you, once they're done looking into this, we'll find out the truth that either he was in a place he wasn't supposed to be, he was casing out the joint, he was doing something. But for him to sit here and say, well, I put in the wrong address and this, it sounds like a nigga lie. It just doesn't sound, it just doesn't sound, how can I say, it doesn't sound genuine. At all. At all. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. Doesn't sound genuine at all. Shout out to Kathy Cronover, says it sounds too rehearsed. It does. And the way he just slipped it in there, no way, Jose. I don't believe it. I don't. And then the way CNN just hopped on here like this, no way. Let's go ahead and move forward. I want to go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and speak to you guys about Tina Peters. Tina Peters, she was arrested. She is an ally of Mike Lindell. I want to go ahead and show you guys this here. Let me go ahead and transition. Make sure you guys share. Transition. Mesa County clerk and recorder Tina Peters was arrested in Colorado on Tuesday after she reportedly resisted attempts by law enforcement and officers to confiscate her iPad. Peters, a Republican, allegedly recorded part of the court hearing on Monday involving her former chief deputy clerk, Belinda, I think it's Nisley, who was suspended by the county last year on allegations of workplace misconduct. The arrest is unrelated to a separate investigation of Peters and her alleged role in the breach of the election security, as well as ethics complaints against her. Now, there's a big machine moving right now, a big machine here, and they are going after the folks who were outright, outright and upfront with their challenge of the 2020 election. I want to go ahead and let you guys know, very, very, very big front and a big movement out there to get folks who stood up. Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys this here. This is Tina Peters getting arrested.
It hurts. Let go of me. Give me my key. Oh, you understand? Stop it. Sorry. No, let go of me. Yes, you are, Caleb. Give me my key to my car. Give me my key to my car. Give me my key to my car. Give it to me. Give me my key. Step outside, please. Take my purse.
So they arrested her, and it was a big story here. Hardly any of the news really wanted to cover it because they hate Mike Lindell and all the things he's talking about right now. Also, for people who didn't know, Mike Lindell is now being sued by Smartmatic. Smartmatic is now suing Mike Lindell as well. So we had Dominion. Now we have Smartmatic. Last week, and apparently they're suing him for 3 billion, excuse me. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Now, what I want to say about this, Mike Lindell, he has brought a lot of heat on him because he has been going after the truth, okay? Now, for a lot of folks, a lot of the information he brought wasn't up to their, how can I say, their expectation, right? And we don't have to, go over all that. But there is a big machine out here right now that is trying to lock up and destroy people like Mike Lindell. What's that? The Kraken lady, Sidney Powell. Now, Sidney Powell, I told you she was already a crackpot and she was out of control. Remember that? Yeah, we don't have to speak about Sidney Powell. And Rudy Giuliani, right? There's a very, very big machine. They want these people destroyed, and they want to make an example, basically, out of them. Now, Mike Lindell, he came out the other day and he said that allies are trying to destroy him. This is what he's saying. He says that allies are ignoring him. And he went on to suggest that he should hack the Sean Hannity show so that he can get his message across on Fox. Big stories that are popping up right now from the liberal left is that Mike Lindell is in trouble. But what I want to say is that no matter who steps up against the establishment, against the machine, they will always be attacked. And I want to commend Mike Lindell for that. I want to commend him for stepping up and going after the truth as he see fit. Because not a lot of people would do that. And one thing I spoke about when he started to go after the machines and all this other talk he was doing. Remember, I said that I believe their main goal was to destroy him. I believe Q ran some lies, and some people bought it, including him, in some certain areas. And now these folks are trying to chip away at him slowly. And please believe he's losing money right and left dealing with these lawyers. He can't even get none of these cases dismissed. I want people to understand. And now Dominion is looking for him and his lawyers. Apparently, they put out a subpoena. They're trying to say that he's obstructing, him and his lawyers are obstructing the case that's going on because they want some evidence turned over in the discovery portion. And apparently Mike Lindell and his lawyers aren't turning over the evidence. So it's a big deal of what's going on. And I want people to understand, even though a lot of the stuff I think he's doing is kind of crazy, we need to just pray for people who have the courage to do it. You know, it's been really weighing heavy on me with a lot of these things that he's doing here. And I recently, ran into some folks that are very close to him here. Mike Lindell, this has come from Business Insider. Lawyers are dodging meetings for Dominion's defamation lawsuit and refusing to hand over discovery material in court documents show. So this is exactly what's going on here. Now, I believe, in a sense, that the reason why they're having a hard time getting discovery from Mike Lindell is, evidence from him showing what he claims to be election fraud, is because a lot of that information, like we spoke about in his cyber symposium and, the rest of the stuff that he was doing, a lot of that information that he got from a contractor who said that, a lot of that information was fluff as well. So the information that they are looking for is the information that was basically put out to be, he put out models, and we spoke about this before. A lot of the information he got was actual models, but it wasn't the full data, and it wasn't even explained like that. And that's the main reason why a lot of people fell back from him, is because of that stuff that he was doing in the cyber symposium and the data that he was presenting were just models, and it wasn't the actual real data, and it was it misled a lot of folks, I should say. So we shall see how this is going to turn out here, but I worry about him. I certainly do. With everything that is going on, I didn't think that he needed to do all this. And now Dominion and all these people are chipping away at him. They're not gonna go away, and he's not getting these lawsuits dismissed. And I want folks to understand that the judge didn't dismiss the lawsuit. So I mean, this is no matter how you want to look at it, it's a deal that is detrimental to him because it's chipping away at his mind, at his company, and at his money. And I want folks to understand it. And it can potentially destroy him. Just like Sidney Powell. Sidney Powell is crying right now to the court that she can't pay all these legal fees and defend herself. I kid you not. Go ahead and look it up. There's articles galore about it. So these lawsuits are meant to break down folks and to destroy them. And that was one of the main reasons why I said that I didn't think this would be a good idea. I said it in the beginning, and I quoted this exact reason. And it's going down exactly how I said. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Make sure you guys share. Shout out to Jesse Kohler. Yeah, Mike Lindell is a Minnesota Patriot. Absolutely. A lot of folks may not like him, but what I'm telling you is that he's doing it from the heart. His passion is genuine, no matter how crazy you think he is. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Lee Ann Glass. Lee Ann Glass took our $5 challenge. Says, I challenge 10 more to match. Meh. Shout out to Lee Ann Glass. And I also want to give a shout out to Kevin Clements. Kevin Clements donated, took our challenge on. Shout out to Kevin Clements. Absolutely. Make sure you share. Absolutely. Yeah, JJ Stout says corrupt judges won't even hear the Dems cases, and you can file a suit over anything and smear you bad for cheat with the. Absolutely. That's the way our judicial system is right now. It is. And that's the main reason why I didn't want Mike to be doing all this. Now he's in a position that could really destroy him. And a lot of people who were begging for him to keep going and doing this, you didn't care about him in the long run. Because in the long run, this can destroy him. Having these billion-dollar cases here. He's being sued for billions. I want people to understand that. And the judges are allowing it. So at the end, he going to come off with something. He going to be broken off with something. And it ain't going to be pretty. And I don't think people understand that. It ain't going to be pretty. So, I hope that he's doing well. Because if you're being sued for billions of dollars, I want folks to understand. You're being sued for billions. And all the evidence you claim to have, everybody's telling you that it's fake. That it ain't what it is. You can't even win any legal challenges. How the hell are you going to win in court? This is simple gosh darn logic. Right? You would at least find a different way to fight. But this court ain't going to help you. Especially when the consensus, no matter how much you hate it, right? No matter how much you hate it, the national consensus is that the election was fair. No matter how much you hate it out there, it was fair. All the counties that he claimed that there was monkey business in, all of them are saying there ain't no monkey business. Certified. You're not going to win. And then, ladies, I don't even want to go for it. You ain't going to win. And now it's not looking good. It's not. And I wish people would at least care about the man instead of, going along with the rah-rah. Because the national consensus, no matter how much you want to hate it, it was a fair and certified election all the way around. No matter how much, I know somebody is burning up that I'm saying it to you like this, right? I know you're burning up like, man, I hate it. I hate it. I can't believe you said it. I understand. I truly do. But I'm letting you know that's the national consensus. So I don't know how anybody can go into court and then try to, push evidence to overturn it. It's not going to work. Get mad at me all you want. That's why folks come here, because they want the truth. They don't want people jibber-jabbering and running game. I ain't running game. I'm letting you know, and it ain't going to work. And now the man is dodging, these folks, and he ain't turning over evidence. Believe what you want. Moving forward, I want to go ahead and speak about the Canadian truckers. These Canadian truckers, ladies and gentlemen, are gaining the hearts of millions of Americans. I want to show you guys a message that the Canadian truckers have sent to Trudeau. Take a look.
We are not backing off.
We're not caving, we're not moving, we're not backing down.
Come to the table.
You need to give us some attention.
Speak to us about what's going on and why we're here. But I'm still going to sit here as long as it takes.
But we're holding the line. Just lift up the mandates and we'll be out of here.
Just know that every trucker out here, we're willing to go to jail. We're willing to lose our trucks. We are handing out tickets today. We'll just pay them, right? Nothing's going to stop us from accomplishing what we came here to do. It's just a matter of time until they realize that.
For us to leave here is not an option unless he is going to drop all the mandates and set his people free.
Trudeau, resign.
All the mandates in general, gone, done with. Open Canada, right back up to normal, the way it was prior to.
Lift all the mandates and resign.
Step down, you're tired, time to leave.
It's not a matter of who's going to win. We've already won because we've literally sparked that fire, and no matter what, it's not going to go out until we get our freedoms back.
It's time to apologize, to resign, to drop all the mandates.
At least meet with our people, our leaders. Show up in Parliament. He went into hiding. End the mandates. Actually, that's the end of the day. Let's call it a day. This virus has done its thing. There's all kinds of science that says it's over. Just end the mandates.
The message is clear, but they're not even coming close to something. There's no communication, no nothing.
We're not giving up.
They're gonna stay all the way.
We're used to being out on the road for weeks at a time, so it's not phasing us one bit. And with the amount of support that we're getting from the locals and literally people all over the world, you know, we're just being encouraged more and more every single day.
I'm tired of the mandates. I'm tired of all the division that it's causing. It's terrible. It's dividing families. It's dividing people in general all across Canada. It's no good.
Man, oh man. So, as you guys can see here, the truckers, they are out there and they are going to weather the storm. They don't care if they're hit with fines. They don't care if they get tickets. They're going to weather the storm. Justin Trudeau is playing with fire right now. And I believe it's going to backfire on him big time. This truckers convoy protest is really gaining steam across the country and across the world. It's showing people that, hey, those elected officials, they work for us. We're actually in power, not them. And as you guys can see, it's crippling their economy. Justin Trudeau is calling these people terrorists, racist, all sorts of names, ordering police to go lock folks up, showing his communist wings. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Kristen Walker. Kristen Walker donated, took our challenge on. Make sure you guys share and hit that like button. Canadian judge orders truckers to end their blockade. I want to go ahead and run this. When I come back, I want to speak about it. Make sure you guys share.
And now to some breaking news on that so-called Freedom Convoy. A Canadian judge tonight ordering the protesters at the Ambassador Bridge to end their 5-day blockade. It's not clear if or when law enforcement will be sent in to remove the demonstrators. CBS's Chris Van Cleve reports from Detroit on the growing economic impact and the threat of similar protests in other U.S. cities.
Tonight, the 5-day Canadian border blockade protesting vaccine mandates is hitting the automakers, costing Michigan workers millions in lost wages and prompting President Biden to raise his concerns with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
This effort has the potential to have a huge impact on workers and the American public.
Supply shortages are already forcing production disruptions at auto plants in Canada and several states. The supply chain breakdown has flooded Paul Russo's Detroit area warehouse.
These are for automakers.
That is correct.
Can't make cars without it.
That's correct. Yeah, without this material, you're not making a car.
He's got 5 million tons of steel and aluminum that should have been delivered across the closed Ambassador Bridge to Canadian auto plants.
How frustrating is this for you as a business owner?
I'm throwing my hands up and saying, guys, I can't do nothing. I can't control the border.
And it's all costing you money.
It's costing us big dollars.
For automakers, the bridge closure is costing them about $700 million and counting. Some are chartering cargo planes to fly parts across the border, and major facilities could be shut down if the blockade drags on.
Those shutdowns are just going to be catastrophic.
Pressure is mounting on the Canadian government, who today declared a state of emergency over the blockade.
This unlawful activity has to end, and it will end.
There's also growing evidence the protest effort may be largely funded by Americans. A GoFundMe page that raised millions for the Canadian protesters was shut down last week.
The judge told protesters they have to be out
tonight. But we are hearing now reports of a potential trucker protest in the U.S. this weekend, headed for a border crossing near Buffalo. Nora?
Chris Van Cleve, thanks.
Bow. Nora O'Donnell. What do you got to think about that? So the truckers have been ordered to be gone. If they're not removed, if they haven't left, they will be removed. This is what the order says. Do I think they will move? I don't think so. I don't know if the judge has been watching what has been going on. But I don't think they're going to move. Just by a judge saying that, I mean, if they're not moving for Trudeau, the PM, they ain't going to move for you. I don't think so. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, they're having a convoy protest here in the U.S. There's been big efforts right now from the liberal left to demonize it and try to shut it down. I'm pretty sure FBI scumbags will be seeping in amongst the ranks of the folks who are doing the protest. As you guys know, FBI loves being in the midst of that type of stuff. So we shall see the FBI infiltrating that. So I want folks to be prepared for that. I believe this could be a very big wave and really could open up a lot of people's eyes into the tyranny of what's going on. People want to be free. They don't want to be controlled. This is the future they want. They don't want a totalitarian future where somebody's there looking at every move they make and dictating it. They want to be free. Humans are meant to be free. And you are seeing the movement of folks who are starting to realize it. Hopefully, more people start to pick it up very, very, very soon. Hopefully. Let's go ahead and move forward. I want to go ahead here, ladies and gentlemen, and speak about our last topic. Putin and Biden. Absolutely. Biden, the loser. Biden's a loser. A supreme loser. Weak, feckless. Nobody in the global community really respects him at all. Putin went on national TV and he delivered a message that I want you guys to see. Take a look at this. Putin says, don't test him.
Я хочу еще раз все-таки подчеркнуть это. Я говорил, но мне очень бы хотелось, чтобы вы меня услышали все-таки в конце концов. И донесли это до своих читателей, зрителей и пользователей в интернете. Но вы понимаете или нет, что если Украина будет в НАТО и военным путем будет возвращать себе Крым, европейские страны автоматически будут втянуты в военный конфликт с Россией. Конечно, потенциал объединенной организации НАТО и России несопоставим. Мы понимаем. Но мы также и понимаем, что Россия одна из ведущих ядерных держав. А по некоторым компонентам, по современности даже многих опережает. Победителей не будет. И вы окажетесь втянутыми в этот конфликт помимо своей воли. И вы даже не успеете глазом моргнуть, когда будете исполнять пункт 5 Римского договора. Господин президент, конечно, не хочет этого развития. И я не хочу. И я не хочу. Поэтому здесь и находится и мучает меня уже 6 часов подряд.
Bow. So Putin is letting everybody know, you step back. You step back. If anybody tries to come in here, right, you guys will be pulled in against your will. And if you try to help, we are not going to sit here and play around. We're going to fire on you. This is what Putin is saying. Putin is saying, don't test him. He just said that Russia is one of the leading countries with nuclear superpower and many conventional components that will overrun folks. He ain't playing. Putin ain't playing around. So he's letting all the NATO countries know, he's letting everybody, including the U.S., know, if you step your toe into this, you try any of this nonsense that we've been hearing you do, it ain't going to be pretty, and we ain't going to back down. And let me tell you something. He's serious. He's absolutely serious. Do I believe, in a sense, that the U.S. may try to step in and do something? It's up in the air right now. Wouldn't this be a perfect storm to start a new World War III? Because that's basically what Putin is saying. Putin is saying that if you try him, you guys will be pulled in. And he speaks about nuclear power. So he's letting folks know that he's willing to go to war to get what he wants. I think folks need to realize what's going on here. We're not built to be going into war. Ukraine, Crimea, Russia, they have history. History that a lot of us don't even know. It's their problem to figure out. We have people at the State Department who are trying to deflect for Biden. I want you guys to take a look at this here. The State Department today said that any American in Ukraine needs to leave in the next 24 hours. It's a matter of U.S. national security. Take a look at this.
We want to be crystal clear on this point. Any American in Ukraine should leave as soon as possible, and in any event, in the next 24 to 48 hours. We obviously cannot predict the future. We don't know exactly what is going to happen. But the risk is now high enough, and the threat is now immediate enough, that this is what prudence demands. If you stay, you are assuming risk, with no guarantee that there will be any other opportunity to leave, and no prospect of a U.S. military evacuation in the event of a Russian invasion. If a Russian attack on Ukraine proceeds, it is likely to begin with aerial bombing and missile attacks that could obviously kill civilians without regard to their nationality. A subsequent ground invasion would involve the onslaught of a massive force. With virtually no notice, communications to arrange a departure could be severed and commercial transit halted. No one would be able to count on air or rail or road departures once military action got underway. Now, again, I'm not standing here and saying what is going to happen or not happen. I'm only standing here to say that the risk is now high enough and the threat is immediate enough that prudence demands that it is the time to leave now.
Let me break that down. He's saying, get the F out. Get the F out. Get out of there. This is what he's saying. Get the F out. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my girl Tina, Cat Lover B. Tina, I got your package. Absolutely. Shout out to the beautiful Tina, Cat Lover B. Shout out to you, Thank you so much for your donation. Shout out to the beautiful Tina Cat Lover B. Beautiful woman, let me tell you. Very beautiful. So, Putin, he ain't playing around. He's not. One thing I can tell you, if Russia needs some help, they got some very powerful friends. China is one very big, powerful friend of Russia. China is a superpower too. As a matter of fact, China got more soldiers than the U.S. We have to be very careful because China, Russia versus us, that's a problem there. We ain't going to win that. We are not going to win Russia and China. No way. Look at how they have crippled our country. I want folks to understand that. While we've been sitting here cutting and slashing our military spending, China been spending through the gosh darn bazooka roof. You think I'm playing? Their army is huge. I don't think people know about China's army. And then you see, when we showed the picture of how they were fighting, we showed you 3 pictures of training for the army. We showed you the Chinese one where they were doing all these kicks. They were fighting and doing everything, breaking everything. Right? We showed you North Koreans fighting, breaking down everything. We showed you Russians. They were fighting, breaking down everything. And then we showed you the U.S. They were talking about gender fluidity. Good luck, right? Good luck. We are in deep doo-doo. We are. I want folks to understand that. They have crippled our country. We can't even protect our border. Our country's so weak. I want people to understand how weak our country is right now. Our country's so weak. They got the cartel shooting at our border patrol, and we ain't doing nothing about it. That's how we can't even secure our own border. That's how weak our country is. And then if we say something about it, they call us xenophobic. They make up some sort of dumb stuff. So, I mean, that's where we're at right now. That's where we're at. We used to be, how could I say, logical in a lot of these areas, but this new world, this new way of thinking, this new population has changed all of it. And it's such a shame. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for tonight. I want to thank everybody and their mamas, for coming out, hanging out with us. Everybody for sharing and everybody for donating. I'll be on tomorrow, streaming at noon, giving you guys the good word. So make sure you guys come out, come hang out with your boy. You know, hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer. I can tell you it's cold, freezing. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Hopefully you guys will have a very good night. I'll have a very good night sipping on my cognac, my Christian brothers. Make sure you come in, hang out with me tomorrow. You guys take care. Have a very, very good night, and I'll catch you guys later for another edition of Conservative Nation. Goodbye.
turn me up.